What's up, y'all? This is your boy Scorpion Prince, and thank you so much for joining me on this first and special installment of the Jupiter and Scorpio series. Now, today, what I'm going to be talking about is the actual natal placement of Jupiter and Scorpio in your natal chart. Because I saw on YouTube and just online in general that there wasn't a lot of videos explaining the actual natal placement. They were only explaining the transit that's currently taking place. You know, how fucking convenient is that? But, and just a sidebar, I recently received news that I will be an uncle to twins, so I'm very excited about that. And this will be my first time being an uncle, so it's crazy. And considering how far along my sibling is, indicates that she will be giving birth to 2 Gemini. So essentially, she's going to be giving birth to 4 motherfuckers. And their Jupiter will be in Scorpio for sure, so it'll be interesting to see if they take on any characteristics of that placement, you know, or if they have any life situations indicative of that placement. So, if you're currently pregnant or due to give birth whilst Jupiter is in Scorpio, then this video may or can be beneficial to you. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, before we understand what happens when Jupiter goes into Scorpio and how that plays out, we must first understand what and who Jupiter is. Now, Jupiter is the 5th and largest planet in the solar system. It rules over the signs Sagittarius and Pisces. It also rules the 9th and 12th houses on the zodiac wheel. Now, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It represents luck and wisdom, the wisdom of knowledge and the knowledge of wisdom. It also rules long distance travel. You know, as where Mercury is more of a cerebral planet, and gains its knowledge through more analytical ways such as reading, writing, and communication, Jupiter gains its knowledge through actual life experience. Like, you know, the people you meet, the places you see, the people, you know, being exposed to different cultures, customs, and ways of life. You know, say for example, like, say if Jupiter and Mercury, say the both of them wanted to learn Mandarin. Mercury's gonna bow Rosetta Stone. Mercury's gonna bow Rosetta Stone, sit down, and learn it that way. Mercury's gonna go to different workshops that teach you Mandarin and teach you Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Mercury's gonna go to the library and pick up books on the Chinese language. Jupiter's gonna book a ticket to fucking China and actually live there for 6 months and ingratiate himself with the people. And, you know, by the time his trip is done, he will have actually learned more Chinese than Mercury, because Jupiter was actually there with the people. You know, Jupiter actually, you know, he doesn't just know the proper verbiage of Mandarin. This motherfucker, he know the slang too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why a lot of times Jupiter can sometimes be smarter than Mercury. You know what I mean? It's really, wherever Jupiter is, it wants to get the full and higher understanding of that situation. Thus, Jupiter being the planet of ideologies, philosophy, and the big picture. You know, in everyday life, Jupiter shows itself through random bouts of luck. You know what I'm saying? Things working out in your favor. You know, landing on your feet at the last minute. You know what I'm saying? That's Jupiter right there. Or it could be the inverse if Jupiter's badly aspected as well. So it could be the opposite of those things. Jupiter shows itself through teachers, gurus, and mentors. Oh, girl, what the fuck is going on? We have to take a little moment break. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a teacher in a school setting. Really, Jupiter's is anybody who just puts you up on game. You know what I mean? And from them putting you up on game, you are able to gain some new skill or some kind of new insight or some kind of new perspective. You know, that's Jupiter. Now, as much as we love to put Jupiter in a positive light, and for good reason, because he is a malefic planet and he does bring good things. When it's badly aspected, it could, just like anything really, it can display negative effects. You know, because wherever Jupiter is, it likes to expand. You know, it wants to expand wherever it's at, but if it's negatively aspected, instead of expanding those qualities, it could begin to exaggerate them. And I believe when this happens, Jupiter is trying to teach the lesson that too much of anything is never good. You know, even if at face value it looks good, it's really not. You know, say for example, a badly aspected Jupiter could cause you to have excess money, excess privileges, excess resources, connections, and status, and you know things that the general consciousness would deem, you know, the good things in life. You know what I'm saying? Which at first glance don't seem like a bad thing at all, bitch. You know, but because someone like that who may have grown up in that kind of environment, because everything came to them so easily, you know, they never built up any type of character, any type of passion, any type of wisdom. You know, they never really go through shit to actually build that. Thus blocking them from their higher purpose. And a lot of times you see this shit with people who like grew up very fucking privileged and very wealthy, but you know, they have all of this wealth, but excuse me, they don't have any friends, or they don't have any real friends. They probably not like close with their family. They probably, you know, have really cold relationships with their family, their immediate family and their extended family. You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't get a lot of love. You know what I mean? And usually these people have to learn that money does not buy happiness and peace of mind. And I know there's a lot of people, including my damn self, who would beg to differ. But that's neither here nor there, because there are people in this world who seriously have to learn that lesson. Jupiter could also make someone over optimistic. You know, it can make them go after things that they may not necessarily have the capacity to achieve. And that does kind of sound fucked up, but on some real shit, you kind of have to know where you stand. You kind of have to get in where you fit in, and that's just life. You know, kind of, you know, their eyes are bigger than their stomach, and you know, a lot of times with these people, after they try and try and try, and they fall on their ass so many times, they can completely and totally, you know, lose faith and give up on life, which is unfortunate because Jupiter relies heavily on hope and faith just by nature. It can also produce someone who is easily led astray. You know what I mean? Like these are like your like girl, these are like your potential cult members. You know what I'm saying? If Jupiter's badly aspected, these are people who will follow someone blindly, bitch. You know what I'm saying? These are the motherfuckers who like get so bent on like pursuing a higher purpose or higher knowledge. Bitch, they gonna end up what the fuck was that one man? Bitch, they gonna end up in the motherfucking Philippines with Jim Jones drinking a goddamn Kool-Aid on some shit like that. Crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? These are the people who easily get caught up in scams and schemes. You know what I'm saying? This shit can happen if Jupiter's badly aspected. You know, and Jupiter can also produce bad teachers and bad mentors and bad instructors. You know, it could cause, you know, education and schooling to be more like a negative experience for that person, you know, causing them to not even want to pursue higher knowledge or even pursue higher education. You know, these are like your fucking high school dropouts. You feel me? Like these are the people who just didn't like fucking school. You know, or it can be like whatever you do learn, you know, the things that you do learn, you use them for negative and devious reasons. You know what I'm saying? You become very devious. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the people who are your actual schemers and scammers. You feel me? But yeah, that can happen if Jupiter's badly aspected, definitely. But Jupiter shows itself in society. In society through archetypes like Zeus, Santa Claus, Buddha, the Kool-Aid Man, Nicki Minaj's ass injections. Okay, girl, she's a 16-degree Sagittarius, ruled by the planet Jupiter. But you cannot tell me that Nicki Minaj's ass is not getting controlled by Jupiter, bitch. You cannot tell me, girl. That's Jupiter all day. You know what I'm saying? Well, when motherfuckers be like, oh, this bitch is gassed up. Oh, this bitch is gassed up. That's Jupiter right there. Jupiter is a gas planet. It's made damn near entirely of gas. So when people be like, oh, that bitch is gassed up, or you're big headed, that's Jupiter. That's Jupiter right there. And pretty much anything that's big, round, and expansive, girl, that's Jupiter. Moving on. Now let's talk about the sign Scorpio. Now, I really hate trying to explain the sign Scorpio to anybody, even when I'm just talking in like general conversation, because I feel like Scorpio is just one of them signs that is like you really don't know Scorpio, and you really never know what you're gonna get, really. You know what I'm saying? We can sit here and say, oh, they're deep, they're intense. That's like the basic shit that everybody know. But even behind them being secretive, like, bitch, there's more secrets behind the secrets. You feel me? Like, bitch, you'll never truly know a Scorpio. And that's just real. And I understand that with having my moon in Scorpio. I truly understand that. Which is why motherfuckers be coming for Scorpios. I be having to check their motherfucking ass. Like, bitch, don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, Scorpio. So I'm going to try to give you the best practical explanation and description of Scorpio. That's what I'm going to try to do. But anyways, Scorpio is the 8th sign in astrology. Okay, it rules the 8th house on the zodiac wheel. Scorpio is also ruled by the planet Pluto, which is the 9th planet in our solar system and the farthest planet away from the sun. And it's made entirely of rock and ice. Now, Pluto is the planet of power and control, and it represents sudden, significant changes in time and in your life. It also represents death, destruction, and transformation. Now, astronomers argue whether or not Pluto is a full-grown planet or not, but really Pluto doesn't give a fuck because it's still here orbiting, doing its damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So it really don't fucking matter. And that energy kind of filters into Scorpio, you know, which is why a lot of times Scorpios may be like casted as the black sheep, but but really they don't give a fuck because they didn't want to be a part of your motherfucking herd anyway. You know, and a lot of times Scorpios may be like standoffish into the back, and you may think it's because they don't like you, but really, bitch, it's because they know, like, deep down inside, bitch, you can't handle their intensity. You can't handle what the fuck they're bringing to the table. So it's like, bitch, I'd rather just sit here off to the side and just chill right here, just like Pluto. Pluto already know. Pluto's like, bitch, I'm too intense to actually get too close to you. If I got too close to y'all, then it would be an issue. Just keeping it real. You know, it's so funny because the rapper Future, who is he's a 27-degree Scorpio, girl. He named his first studio album Pluto. And I didn't even realize this until I was like doing my research, and I'm like, Pluto. I'm like, oh yeah, bitch, why? I thought of Future. And then I was like, wait, ain't Future a Scorpio? Then I had to look it up. I said, bitch, he sure enough is a Scorpio, 27 degrees. And he named his first album Pluto. So, you know, it makes me wonder if he's actually into astrology. And with him being a Scorpio, I wouldn't doubt it at all. And I tried to look up, you know, the meaning behind the album name, but I couldn't find shit, of course. You know, Secret of Scorpio S. But it's just very funny because when Future came on the scene, like, if you pay attention to rap or hip hop just even the slightest bit, then you be able to see that when well, when he put out the album Pluto, like, he completely and totally like changed the game and brought in a whole new wave of rap and the way people rap. You know what I'm saying? You can't even, I'm not the biggest Future fan. I like some songs, but I can't deny the fact that he started a wave. You know what I'm saying? Girl, look at your local rappers and tell me if half of them niggas don't sound like Future. Just keeping that shit real. His career, the way it kind of took off, was kind of that was Pluto. You know what I'm saying? He kind of took something. You know, he took pieces of rap and hip hop, brought them together, and created a whole new thing to where now whatever the fuck. How everybody was rapping before, they said, fuck that. We're going to do this now because, bitch, this is the new wave and this is what's popping. This is what people like. You know, I just thought that was really interesting. Now, Scorpio is a feminine sign with a fixed water quality, which makes it very receptive to energy. But because of its fixed quality, a lot of times it really doesn't know how or want to express its emotions. So they kind of just bury it, which is why people say Scorpios are so intense, because a lot of times with Scorpios, I've noticed just in general with Scorpios, there's a lot of inner turmoil with them. You know what I'm saying? But if they're really good at hiding their emotions, they can come off as, cold, rigid ass bitches. You know what I'm saying? Unmoving and stubborn as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Leo, so I know. But, on the flip side, this can definitely make somebody who's very, very passionate, persistent, dedicated and, determined, what I'm saying, to get what they want in life. You feel me? Now, Scorpios have three symbols. That is the Scorpion, the Eagle, and the Phoenix. And this sort of represents the Scorpio's evolutionary path. And for lack of a better explanation, I'll explain this in terms of your level of pettiness. You know what I'm saying? Now the Scorpion can just be can just be nasty, can be mean, secretive, devious, revengeful. The moment it thinks you about to get too close or about to cause harm, bitch, they will whip out that tail so damn quick and sting your motherfucking ass. But, sometimes they be so quick to jump that, they sting themselves and fuck themselves over, essentially for being a fucking asshole. And my moon's a Scorpio, so I'm very familiar with that. And at times they can definitely be too emotionally involved in themselves and, constantly keeping their heads in the fucking sand, pretty much keeping their head up their ass at times, just keeping it real. I know, because moving on. So now we have the Eagle that sort of rises above the drama and the negativity, and through their evolution, they were able to gain a higher perspective. So now, really the only time they have to like swoop the fuck down and attack is when need be. Where a Scorpion would start an entire fucking brawl just because somebody looked at them the wrong way. The Eagle would just let that shit fly. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. The only time they'll attack is when it's needed. If someone tries to attack their character, or someone tries to attack their home, or someone tries to attack, someone who they care about. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time that, they might have to turn up on your ass. Now the Phoenix, this kind of energy, this is kind of a very rare energy. This is the kind of energy that with older people, they kind of have that energy like, bitch, I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for the foolishness. I don't have time for the drama. You know what I'm saying? And really, they're not even thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? They're not even anticipating on that kind of shit because it's just not in their mind. You know what I'm saying? It's almost if, they were purged of negativity. You know what I'm saying? Almost like nirvana. But the only difference is that it took a lot of pain, you know what I'm saying, a lot of struggle to get to that state of happiness. You know what I'm saying? They may actually run into situations here and there, but for the most part, it really don't affect them because they're so secure in who they are that they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Now, Scorpio shows itself through sex, because Scorpio does rule over the sex and reproductive organs. It also shows itself through drugs, through death, through affairs, through entrepreneurship, renewable energy, demolition, and reconstruction. Now, I found that most people are really not aware of their Jupiter. Some people naturally go towards it, but the general population who typically only knows their sun sign don't. People think, oh, because I'm a Leo, girl, I should be an actor. Or, girl, because I'm a Gemini, I should be a journalist. Or because I'm a Cancer, I should be a fucking social worker. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see people who are like 45 fucking years old. Some people who've even have well-established careers, leave those careers to do something completely opposite, you know what I'm saying, of what they were doing because they want to pursue, their true passion, or they want to do something that they were low-key good at, but they didn't think it would pan out into a viable career. And a lot of times it's because they either, ignored the Jupiter, or it was constantly being suppressed throughout their life. And Jupiter, from what I see, Jupiter seems is typically something that you have to yourself. You have to go towards that yourself. Like, yeah, it may be something that's like there, but you gotta get it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like before I go in on the Jupiter and Scorpio in the natal placement, I feel like it would be hella disingenuous for me to say that, oh girl, if you have Jupiter and Scorpio, you gonna pop out the coochie written tarot cards. And it's like, girl, no, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Maybe it's different for me. You know, but I got my sun and my Mercury in the 12th house, bitch. So I'm just delayed altogether. So I don't know. But when you have Jupiter and Scorpio in your natal chart, whenever you want to expand your life, you have to go at it with full intensity. You know what I'm saying? With your sincerest intent. Like, you really have to be all in. You know, whenever you want to cultivate something, you may have to get emotionally involved, you know, to see it through. Now with this placement, you may have to experience a lot of deep and intense shit, but from that is where you learn your lessons and gain your wisdom. You know, you may be someone who's just able to see through the bullshit, you know, and somehow you always manage to fucking find out the truth one way or another. You may constantly experience like coincidences. Say like you start thinking about a person and then 30 seconds later they call you. Or bitch, you know, you was craving Pizza Hut one day and you walk into work and bitch, Pizza Hut is catering for lunch. You be like, bitch, I was just thinking about Pizza Hut this morning. The fuck? It's little shit like that. You know, you may not have a problem with retaining sexual partners. You know what I'm saying? It may even become a problem to where like people are always making sexual advances towards you. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jupiter here makes it very easy for you to fall into things like sex and drugs. You know what I'm saying? And with Jupiter being such an extra ass planet, you know, and Scorpio being such an intense and obsessive sign, girl, this could easily produce a stalker. You know what I'm saying? Somebody crazy as hell. Okay, girl, you done fucked with this nigga once, and now, like, bitch, he followed you at your job. Bitch, he followed you to the gym. Girl, he followed you to your mom's house. Or a crazy ass bitch doing the same thing to a dude, girl, because I've seen it my damn self. Oh, wow, you know what? Sidebar, I have a story for y'all, but I'm going to do it in another video. This motherfucker, I got a video for y'all. When I tell you, I've seen some shit. Anyways, on the flip side, this can definitely produce someone who's a good ass investigator. You know what I'm saying? A good, like, really a Jupiter and Scorpio person. Like, bitch, your significant other is not gonna be able to cheat on you, cause you gonna know. You gonna know straight up out the gate. As soon as something feel wrong, you gonna know. And this moment you do, you gonna start investigating. These make really good investigators. This could be a person who naturally gravitates towards things like mysticism, astrology, you know, conspiracies, but you know, that's only fucking obvious. You know. But like I said, like, your Jupiter could be something that you don't necessarily notice off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Like, my Jupiter is in Virgo in the first house. You know, and it's crazy because, you know, I'm a Leo. I have a Leo sun, a Leo ascendant. My Venus is in Leo and my Mercury's in Leo. So my chart is pretty much ruled by fire. And, you know, pretty much majority of my life, I tried to pursue endeavors in entertainment, which never really seemed to pan out like how I wanted it to. And it was just recently where I was just like, bitch, why don't I just do something in the medical field? Because I've been surrounded by the medical field my entire life. You know, my mother's in the medical field. And I didn't realize it's a industry that I could get into so easily. I have a lot of access to the healthcare industry, and I didn't realize that until recently, because it's always been there. It's always been in my life. You know what I'm saying? So currently, I'm preparing to go to school to get my degree with something that has to do with healthcare. And it's like, damn, all this time I've been bullshitting trying to get entertainment when it's like, really, if I would have just did this, I really could have just like did this, stacked up my paper, then once I was financially secure, got into entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, the fuck? Bitch, she said, code 10, man down. Bitch, don't ask me for help. But anyways, thank you guys so much for rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. Thank y'all for fucking with me. Like, genuinely. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really didn't think that this shit was going to be the way it was, but y'all actually fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys so much. And like I said in my last video, I actually want to come on here and give you guys real astrology information. You know what I'm saying? I actually, bitch, I do my due diligence. I go to the library. I look online. I read my books, honey. I went to the guy who I'm dating, bitch, he took me to Barnes and Nobles. It got me some I bought them, but he took he took me to Barnes and Nobles, and I got some astrology books. And what was so cute, he got me a because he's not into astrology at all, but she bought me a poster, like a vintage poster of the phases of the moon. I was like, what? And this was the first time anybody like bought me a gift, like dating wise. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And I felt kind of vindicated. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, okay, well, you know what, bitch, I really can do this. I really can do this astrology shit. And let me tell you another story. Side motherfucking bar. Let me tell y'all another story. Bitch, my life is not perfect by any means. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm currently just trying to get my shit together like everybody else. And when I made this YouTube channel, I'm like, damn, like people like it. I wonder if they want me to make more videos. And then, I was getting it in my head and I was like, bitch, no, cause bitch, yeah, you know astrology, but you don't know like that. And you know what I'm saying, bitch, you don't know shit really. And you really think motherfuckers gonna listen to your motherfucking ghetto ass? You know what I'm saying? I was just in my head like dogging myself the fuck out. And it was one day where I was really debating on whether I wanted to do this or not. And, I just so happened to be getting off work, and I wanted to get some Chipotle. So I had got off, because, bitch, I do ride the bus, I do ride public transit, girl. Just to let y'all know, bitch, I ain't nobody special, bitch. I'm struggling just like everybody else, but that's neither here nor there. So after I got off work, I went to Chipotle, and, I'm walking through the parking lot, because I have to walk through a parking lot to get to where Chipotle's at. And, I'm just randomly walking through the parking lot just to get across. And I see a golden scorpion. I see a golden scorpion sitting, hanging off of somebody's rear view mirror. And it looked exactly like the scorpion that's in my avatar. Except that this scorpion except the tail was a diamond. Like, the scorpion that was hanging in the dashboard of the car, like the tail, like the stinger was like made out of diamond. And I was like, what the hell? That looks exactly like my fucking avatar. And I felt like, I said, bitch, that's the universe. That's the motherfucking universe saying, bitch, do it. Bitch, do it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, on some real shit, thank y'all so much. You know what I'm saying? For rocking with me. For fucking with this video, for even if you didn't enjoy it like that, just thank you for watching me. This is your boy Scorpion Prince. I will be back with another installment of Jupiter and Scorpio. The next episode will be the sexual apocalypse, with all this bullshit going on in Hollywood. But yes, bitch, I will be clocking it, and I will be going to fuck in. But yeah, this is your boy Scorpion Prince. Peace.